Hello everyone, allow me to introduce myself. I am Hellgear. I am one of the many people who play the mobile game Snoopy's Town Tale. I am also one of the community managers for this game, but I'm leaving my community manager hat off to bring an interesting little tidbit for this video today. So, if you agree with or disagree with anything that I may have to say in response to this video, please share said agreements and disagreements in the comments section below. As you can see, Patty's walking through my town. Now, on to the discussion, because that's why I'm doing this lovely little thing here today, to pose a discussion for you guys. You know, pick your brains a bit. Snoopy's Town Tale has a really great community, and this community has the developers asking the never-ending question: what new features would you as a player like to see in future releases of Snoopy's Town Tale? Now, as you can see, I have the camera following little Miss Patty here, because Patty is the subject matter of this wonderful thing that I'm going to talk to you about. We just recently saw 5 here. Let me just get the focus back on her. Okay, so even to this very day, people ask me, how did I acquire Patty? And there have been many ways this game has let players acquire Patty. The most common way has been by social media contests, where players could win her to be placed in your town. In 2017, they even had a Halloween event where she could be obtained in a Halloween bundle. I obtained her last year in 2017, not as part of the Halloween bundle, but during the St. Valentine's Day event of said year, where she was the prize. Now, many other characters that are new and old to the series have been added to the town, like 5 over there in the far left corner, and others like Peggy, Jean, Lila, Mimi, and even most recently, due to the Safari event, Dolores. But what have all of these common characters or uncommon characters have happened to them in this game that Patty has not? The answer is, when they are introduced into your new town, they each have their own unique set of quests, in addition to the event that comes with them. This is something I've been trying to rack my head around, because I still don't understand how a character who's been in the game for at least 1 year, who, when entering my town, had no quests of her own to do. And I figure one good idea for future releases is to let Patty have her own set of quests. So, what type of quests should revolve around little Miss Patty Swanson? Well, yeah, speaking of contests, Rerun right there is another character that you can win in contests alongside Patty. Anyway, when it comes to potential quest ideas, you can look no further to what Patty does in the game. Now, just for housekeeping purposes, I'm going to scroll through all of her little tasks and come up to these 2, Patty Cake and Gossip Girls. When she originally was placed in the game, these were the only 2 things she could do. And as you can tell, or if you cannot because the screen's too long, both of these revolve around interacting with Violet. But since Violet had many other things to do, when Violet was occupied for something else, Patty wandered around your town aimlessly, almost as if a waste of space. So they gave her more things to do on her own, and even with other characters. Now, here's something I thought about when it comes to dealing with Patty. why not do a checkers tournament? Oh, there goes Peggy Jean. I just mentioned her. Now, think of it like this. Have like a small event similar to 2017's back to school event with Charlie Brown. Have a good 10 quests revolving around the school having a checkers tournament. And a checkers tournament is nice because it does a couple of things. First and foremost, one of the things that Patty can do is she plays checkers with Shermie for an hour. Many of the quests that revolve around characters in this game are associated with things that they do. Again, checkers for this. But you don't have to necessarily make it as just checkers. We can spice up the town a little bit more, you know? So how would you spice up the town a little bit more in regards to a checkers tournament? You could write up a mock story scenario where Patty reads on the bulletin board of the school that the school is having an annual checkers tournament. And since she's good at playing checkers, she decides to enter. Now, this is great because we can set up various decorations. For example, we can have a live checkerboard. Now I'm going to direct the attention here away from Patty and just go into my town really fast and show you a quick little thing as an example right here. We'll let all of this load in. See these black and white squares? This is actually a dancing platform from the 2017 Valentine's event. But in certain parks they have large-scale chessboards that are squared in this particular pattern with various chess pieces. I figured we could have something like that. Maybe a checkers tournament banner, some large size checker pieces, you know, red chips and black chips. You know, sure, you could do the chess thing too, but I figure a checkers tournament. Now, what exactly would these quests reward the players with? Well, the usual, of course, is with coins and experience, but also a few of the green Snoopy dollars, which I like to call Beagle Bucks as well. As far as decorations, how would they be priced? Well, if we do decorations for the checkers tournament, and let me go center this back on Patty here, because she's our star of this discussion, as my town loads in. Things like the decorations and even checker stores or a game shop could cost one of two types of currencies. The first currency, obviously, are the Woodstock cents. Just about everything in the game has a cost in Woodstock cents. I would make a cents joke, but I'm going to keep the bad humor out of this discussion. The other thing that I would like to say as a cost of currency, and this is something that can really change the game here, and that is this. Let's just have you smell some flowers for now. Put the focus on you there, Patty. I've mentioned this before when I took the Snoopy's Town Tale survey, and even when looking at other players' discussion topics and answers as to make changes to the game, they all agree on this one, and that's make some decorations cost these gift boxes that we have. The gift boxes, as you can see in the upper right corner of the screen, right underneath your Snoopy dollars, are the one form of currency that just continues to stack up. Now, normally you would use these gift boxes to purchase comics at the comic store. However, once someone obtains all the comics, this is a form of currency that just has no purpose. And I figure, not just with possible decorations for the checkers tournament for Patty, but also with future decorations and add-ins to whatnot, we can have the cost use these gift boxes as currency. As another way of making this checkers tournament, you could have it so that Patty is available to players who aren't too lucky with the contests that are posted on social media, or don't want to spend their actual money to make in-app purchases. Some who are too young to have a credit card to make in-app purchases, and make her available, but have her cost X number of gift boxes. Using the gift boxes as currency gives players another outlet on being able to obtain not only Patty, but hard to obtain decorations, as well as using a currency that is just stagnant. I throw this out here because it would be nice to actually have some decorations or even characters, and even some supplying things that spawn items that actually cost these gift boxes, rather than spending 500 Snoopy bills to get a particular object, which in many cases, especially with scenes for chapters, is a required thing to have. I'm not saying necessarily make a new crafting building to make checker stuff, but give the players, another outlet on things. One other thing you could do is probably have another school event, maybe a jump rope contest. It reminds me of the end of the Peanuts movie where Charlie Brown is chasing Heather. In the process of this, Patty, Violet, and Frida are doing double dutch, which he interrupts the whole thing. And I know they have really good jump roping contests. This one actually had it on stage. More things to do with Patty. It would be nice, though, to give her her own unique quests. She, at this current point of the game, is the only character that goes through players' towns and doesn't have her own unique quests. So why is it she has no quests of her own? I would really love to hear what the development team has to say in response to this. I know I'm probably beating a dead horse on this, but I would really like to know why they made it so that Patty is the only character that has no quests. If you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to see with Patty, again, share in the comment section below. I'm not going to take up any more of your time, but I will say thank you for hearing me out. And again, if you agree with or disagree with anything that I may have to say, please do so in the comments section below. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time.